I'm going to argue we have one of the most fun and unique Mount Rushmores today. It is inspired by the news of the Los Angeles Lakers yesterday announcing that this upcoming season they're going to have a ceremony at halftime to retire Pau Gasol's jersey. So we are going to do the Mount Rushmore of worst NBA players to have their jersey retired by a team.
Oh my
Now
god.
we got to remember there's no one on this list that sucks. Everyone on this list is good, maybe. But it's at least noting that some teams kind of rush it. You know, maybe they're a winning team and they have a good, valuable asset and they just feel like they got to retire his jersey. I feel like you guys might need to look this up. We'll give you 30 seconds to do that because there are some names.
No, I'm
Yeah.
just looking because I'm curious. I didn't know a lot of these players, honestly.
Yeah, I'm going to start with one that I think we do know. Avery Johnson on the San Antonio Spurs. He was definitely kind of a good role player on a championship team. And that's kind of what I'm getting at here is that sometimes teams just rush good role players on winning teams and just retire their jersey. I mean, Avery Johnson, he kind of flirted with like 10 assists a game one season, but like that's about it. He had guys like David Robinson and Tim Duncan to pass to, so I feel like that may have helped him a little bit. He definitely was a guy who averaged, I think, a little over 13, 14 points a game. So, I mean, he was good, but like, do you really retire his jersey? I don't know, guys. Avery Johnson, he's my number one or my first on my list. So, got any other names, guys?
Can I bring up a name that I didn't even? This just occurred to me now, looking it up. Junior Bridgman, a man who was in the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar trade to LA. He went to the Bucks, and I see this. He has his jersey retired by the Milwaukee Bucks, but he never led the Bucks in scoring, and he was never an All-Star. So to think though, like people get their jersey retired because of the impact they've had on a franchise or how much they meant to the franchise. But some guys, when you boil it down, like what the hell are we doing, guys? Who is Junior Bridgman? Do you guys know Junior Bridgman off the top of your head?
I really don't.
Shout out to Junior Bridgman. That's a guy I had to point out because I was shocked. I never maybe when you heard the Kareem, when people back then saw the Kareem trade, it was Kareem, and no one saw what the Bucks got in return. So maybe that's why as well.
For me, I'm throwing a name of a guy I like.
Yeah.
But guys, in what world is Zydrunas Ilgauskas a consensus? Come on, brother.
Are you serious, Sean? What the hell, dude?
Yeah.
You know him?
Okay, but no one's going. If someone's going to, if I'm going to Cleveland and they're like, "Hey, welcome to the Cavs. Pick your number," and I go 11, and they're like, "Sorry, that's retired from the great Zydrunas Ilgauskas." I'm gonna say, who? And the thing is that on almost any other franchise, Zydrunas Ilgauskas is not getting his number retired. But because of how hot dog water the Cleveland Cavaliers were in his time that he was a Cavalier, that's why his number was retired.
And still made the finals.
Yeah,
he was an
LeBron.
He was a two-time All-Star. Like he was like there were points in his career where he was like a solid big in the mid 2000s. Like, you know, there was a point where he was pretty effective. But like, guys, why is Zydrunas Ilgauskas' number retired? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're right, Sean. You have a great point. And that kind of leads me to my next point. My third guy on my list, also Cleveland Cavalier. Never heard of him till now. Name's Bingo Smith. Now, the reason I'm reading a little bit why Bingo Smith is retired is basically he was the best player on a crappy expansion team, the Cleveland Cavaliers. He was kind of your first good player on that franchise. So if you're a Cavs fan, owner, general manager, whatever, it kind of makes sense to retire your first kind of good player. But like, you guys ever hear of Bingo Smith?
I only know Bingo Smith because he was on my team at one point in 2K, and I remember his name because I was like, who the is Bingo Smith?